Viewers, and welcome to a bit more GT Sports, and we'll do some different games next week. Of course, we're going to do a bit more retro next week, but I thought we'd just get set up here and do a bit of racing. And I'm just going to do some qualifying at the moment, just to see how I get on again. Just do some laps, familiarise myself with the course, and I might do another online race. We'll see. Do let me know as ever if the sound balance is okay for you guys. In my race the other day on this course, I was slightly off the pace, but actually I did okay in the race, better in the race than I did in the qualifying. I think I actually did better laps in the actual race than I did in my qualifying, surprisingly. But it's amazing when there's a bit of pressure in a car around you that suddenly you put your foot down a bit harder and brake a bit later. I'm just going to pause it there so I can see your chat as well. So do say hello. And we got Alberto in the room. Hello, Alberto. And yeah, I at the moment I'm still getting set up on the streaming. I know it seems like it takes a while, but it sort of does, because there's so much to learn about streaming now. And of course, once this is all done, then I'll sort out my schedule with you guys, and then you'll know when I'm on here and what I'm doing. I mean, a lot of it at the moment's just not planned. I just come on and do some gaming, and it may always remain like this to a point, in the sense that when I'm playing a game, I might as well just stream it if I'm going to play it. But at the same time, the weather outside is frightful, and why not play a bit of Gran Turismo Sport? We've got Daryl in here as well, and I got that final corner all wrong, didn't I? So we've got to improve our lap times. We need to improve quite a bit, actually. So not a great lap then, but we did get the final corner wrong. Probably lost a fair bit of time on that. And let's see how we get on here. Braking a bit too early maybe there. Oh, we got that wrong as well. So it's amazing, isn't it? A couple of days with your eye out, and that's it. Yeah, Sander doesn't like this camera. Sander, what camera do you like? No, well, that's the problem. The problem is I use my wheel, and I've got a wheel looking at a wheel with a cockpit cam. If there was a way to get rid of the wheel and change the field of view, I would use cockpit cam. But unfortunately, they've not put it in the game. So ultimately, this is, for me, the most comfortable view until they put that in there. Braking too early. So just getting into the swing of things, and I'll probably jump into a race. Yeah, I can't do, for me, external camera has no feeling of speed to it, and for me to enjoy a racing game, I really need that feeling that I'm close to something. I just don't get that. From the external is actually, believe it or not, the best way to play games like this online competitively, because you have an advantage. You can see more. But Well, actually, this car doesn't really have a bonnet cam. It has a sort of a roof cam. So stop here. Let's check this. Okay. Oh, try. Okay, so we'll try doing that. Right. Let's continue and see how we get on. Oh, and pausing the game mid-run isn't the way forward, is it? So, and there we go. That's easier. So, you know, it really just takes a bit of practice, really. But these different viewpoints are not great in this game. There's something that really they need to work on is a proper field of view, and that would really help with, you know, being able to use a wheel and give that authentic cockpit feeling. So we'll just continue working our way around. We got Flex as well in the room. Hi Flex. Wasn't looking at what I was doing there, but managed to not bin it. And then we'll try for a... Oh, my brakes seem to be working much better than they were the other day. Strange. So here we're using the new Fanatec. I say it's new. It's the Fanatec official F1 wheel. That's what we're using here today. So I got that wrong, didn't I? Too much speed in there. Maybe needing to be more aggressive on that exit than I am. So now we'll put in a proper lap now and just see if we can improve a bit. I'm already behind my other time, which is a great start. Man, I went too deep trying to brake and beat my old Ghost. Don't like that corner at all. Let's see if we can improve through here. And we lost it. Typical. I was trying to get out the corner quicker then, but that's what practice is for. At least we know we've got better speed, so just have to start stringing it together and knowing, because obviously in the race you always want to be a little bit more consistent. I don't know if it's fourth or fifth is better through that final corner. And we got Zentrabot, hi Zentrabot, in the room on Twitch. Exactly, yeah, just spinning as I'm on a better lap, typical. touched the wall then and lost all that time then. Look at that. Wow, 3/10 gone. And that means we lose time all the way down this straight. So it just shows how critical that corner is. Now we've managed to pull a bit back, so lots more time to find on this lap. Oh. And we've got sound shower now following. Hello, Tom. I haven't put a sound effect on for that one yet. That's the one I haven't done. So we improved a bit, but there's still another second to find, isn't there, really? We're still not really putting in great laps yet. So we've got to find at least another second or so consistently. Already behind on that first corner. So I lost a lot of time in the second tunnel section, and we're going to see if we can better that time. I still touched it. Having the ghost in your way doesn't help there. That's a really irritating ghost. So, any changes to my wheel settings? Sandra's just asking. The force feedback is down to 75%. I don't like the full force feedback, and I've detached the gear shifters and put them on back to front because I prefer them to be higher on the wheel than lower. So I braked much later before, didn't I? I lost some time under braking. Let's see if we can get these last couple of corners right. Got that completely wrong. Damn, half a second up then as well. So learning every time, but that final corner's getting me, isn't it? Just finding a consistent lap. Oh, terrible first corner then. I was looking at something else then. I know, terrible, terrible, Tom. Not following the channel. I've still got to properly set up the Twitch page. The Twitch page is a bit bare at the moment, but that will all change in the next week or so. Now I'm getting more into the sort of streaming lark. Good speed through there though. So speed to find all over this track. I'm not connecting any sectors in terms of my times. But we are improving on our lap times at least consistently, so it's just trying to find that level of consistency that works in the race. If we can get ourselves into the 156s and 155s consistently, then we're in a really good place to get a sort of solid finish against similarly ranked opposition. So we've improved now onto 155s. Damn, didn't quite get enough lock on then. Now, there's a slightly different line through there last time. You can see how I pulled out. I went in a bit deep and it kind of worked for me on the exit, which is really weird. See, I'm trying to learn on Gran Turismo what regular Gran Turismo racers have been doing for the past sort of year, really. I'm trying to learn in a week, but what are the techniques on here that... see, so opposite lock done me there. So when you get that first bit wrong, you lose it all the way, don't you? Okay. Right then. That was that. So let's see. I've improved our qualifying a little bit, which is nice. Not by much, but some improvement. And now we'll get ourselves ready to do a race. So we're just going to mute the game for a second because that's probably going to be... I didn't think there was any... let's see, we're going to entry in progress. So we've got 3 minutes, so we'll just do the entry. So we've got 2 minutes and 2 minutes until we have a race, and then I'm just going to today just settle into a race. I was learning the other day about the fuel, stuff like that, and today I'm just going to see if I can try some techniques. It might mean that I just won't win any races, but at least I'll learn some stuff while I'm doing it. So let's move that back up again. You guys have got that, and let's just get ourselves in the action. 2 minutes until we match, and then we'll have an online race and see how we get on against some of the opposition. Now I'm obviously quite low ranked, and it'll be interesting to see where my qualifying time puts me in terms of my ranking, given I've only done 2 races online on GT Sport, so this was predominantly covered by Kevin and Martin originally. You've got to be so sensitive on the throttle in that section. Trying a wider line, don't know if that works or not. I prefer my inside line, it feels more comfortable to me, so I'm going to stick with what I'm comfortable with when it comes to the race. optimize my performance where possible. Wasn't looking that. And of course there's no fuel option. There's no fuel option when you're in practice, which is interesting. Okay. We got Kegamine in the room there as well. Goddess of Destruction. That's a rather large YouTube username there. And new around here, or in the racing gaming genre. And here we go then. So time for a bit of racing now on GT Sport. Oh, it's exciting. So we'll see if I can apply some of what I learned the other day. But there's still a lot to learn. A lot of the expert guys, where are we? So look at me, they've put me in a room full of like A's and B's. I'm the only E in the village. There's 2 D's, cheeky D's in the room. D says try the Hurricane. Well, at the moment I'm just doing this race, and then I'll see how I get on. So hello everybody. Hello. Also, just a tip to change gear just at optimum time on qualifying. I suppose it's fuel related, isn't it? Warm up ends in a few seconds, so it's almost like no time at all, is it? Limber up before the race. Ah, right. Ian Harrison was hoping to match up with me. You're in BA, right? Well, I'm sure we will match once I get a ranking. Obviously, this is only my 3rd race online, and I haven't played online for quite a long time. So, in terms of sort of competitive racing. Right, here we go then. I'm going to stop reading comments and concentrate while I do the race.
Woo, that was a great counter.
Oh, brilliant.
Genius of a driver. You've got to teach me.
got a bit of a penalty there. It's a bit frustrating. Everybody's quick. No point risking that up the inside at this stage of the race. This guy's going up my outside. Trying to give him space, I nearly lost it myself. Still, we're losing our penalty gradually, so that's fine. That will wind down. Car's not getting into that corner for me very well at all at the moment. I don't know why. I don't know if your weight actually has an effect on the car when you're driving, but this guy had a very bad run through that section. I don't think we're going to get a chance to overtake. No. He gave me space, to be fair on him, but I decided to just hang back. Tight to the inside. So that was nice. We gave each other space there. He was very fair. He had recognised that he had hit the wall. So We're up to 5th place, gradually working our way along, but we have pit stops to come and I need to check my fuel. Well, I've got a different strategy today, so 53%, 4 laps to go, so we're about halfway, half fuel. That's okay, that's not too bad. He's got a big penalty. This is a bit of a problem. He's sending us all wide here. And he's hit the wall. I didn't have a good exit then either. This is a tricky situation now. I'm just stay in this sort of blind spot here. Can we outbrake him? He's gone in the pits now, so it's giving us a clear bit of track. So ideally I'll just stay out for another lap or so. I really do need to put in a better lap this time. That was a bad lap following him. So we are going to pit this lap no matter what. Well, can we stay out? That's the question. Can we stay out? We might stay out one more lap. See if we can. Not the best, was it? We'll pit this lap for sure. Tyres do seem to have worn a bit then, maybe that's what it must be. So pitting on the 5th lap would have been better for me, but I'm learning as we go. On the bright side, I am leading the race. So that's nice, if nothing else. So where will we come out? And we're coming out in 4th place, so not too bad. It was held up and we lost a place there, but that's okay. %35 fuel for just 2 laps. That should be comfortable for us. And I'm just going to try and push these guys to the end. 4th place. I can tell this guy's coming up behind looking for an overtake. He's much quicker than me in the draft. He's quite frustrated because he knows he's quicker than me, and he is. But he broke too late for the corner, so lap 7 of 8, trying to close up. That guy's pulling out a lot on me on the final corner. But he does have a 7.9 second penalty. So, as long as I stick to him, I'm in good shape. He might be fuel saving. He's blocking me, so I'm going to back off. Doesn't matter to me. He's very slow, so I think he's running out of fuel, but as he's got a penalty, it really doesn't matter. So And the end of a race. Third place in the end by default. Well, that's a good result there. Came up well, actually. Quite pleased about that. And my third race, my first podium, ahead of lots of B's and A's. We wait for some of the finishers. That's a cool Castrol paint job on there as well. Wish I had something a bit cooler on mine, actually. Just wait till the end of the race there. Hope you enjoyed that, viewers. Bit of action on the race. So yeah, taking it easy that time, following my own strategy. It's very difficult to know if I stayed out a lap too long or not. I felt the tyres were obviously they're going a little bit, but very difficult to determine really what to do with fuel, weight and tyres. You know, what's the balance there? I think you also have to think about what does it mean to have a clear track. But there you go, third place. Get a bit of rock music. And there we are. Bit of action there. Let's check everything is set up. And there we are. Thanks for the race. That was a good race. Everyone was really nice, weren't they? That was nice. Just save the replay there. I want to look at some of those elements later. Yep. Okay. So there we go. That's a bit of that. So what I'm going to do is just check everything's working on the stream. And then we'll be good to go with a bit more racing. And for some reason, whenever I upload a stream, YouTube constantly says the wrong game in the actual game text box, which is really weird. So let's just change that to GT Sport, and then we'll be ready to continue. Hold on, let's just do this for you guys, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, get this sorted. And there we go. For some reason it always has the wrong game in there. So let's just put in and then we'll be good to go. So that's YouTube set up. Right. There we go. For some reason it always has the wrong game in there. Right, that's that done. Okay. Let's see what else we've got then. So the next one's at 5 o'clock. Shall we have another go at that race again? What are we at? I'm still at an E. Goodness me, what does it take to get to a D? I want to get to a D. How long have we got? A few minutes, haven't we, to practice? That's at 5. That's at 5. Oh, got a new follower as well. Got Simon on Twitch, which is nice. I've still got to change the Zombie Man to a car-related thing. It will happen. Thanks for following. And I've got to decorate the Twitch channel. I'll say that every time somebody looks at Twitch, it's very bare at the moment. So we'll try another race on GT Sport. and see how we get on there. Oh, and another follower as well. Awesome. And that's Jesus Dabids. Right, hang on then. Let's enter. And Simon Levac 18 is now following. Awesome, new followers on Twitch. Amazing. So let's see. We will enter this race. Yeah, let's do one more race. Right. Before that starts, I'm going to quickly get some water, and I will be straight back and ready to go. Ourselves ready. Okay, thanks for tuning in, viewers. And now we're gonna get stuck in. Already got 3 minutes for the qualifying time trial. Enough time for one lap per maybe. See how we get on. And we'll have another race. So let's bring your chat up. Are you guys? So Woody Bobs has just said to me, just catching up on your chat, you stay at DRE until you complete 5 races. Okay. DRE, until you complete 5 races. Jesus likes my setup. Thank you. We got Solid Snake behind me here. Just random. Yeah, I mean, I want to improve the setup all the time. I mean, I've got a very bright light here that you guys can't see, sort of in my eye. It's behind the scenes. It's not as good as you think it's going to be in terms of setup. But let's see how we get on with this. So matching will start in 2 minutes. We've got enough time to get across the line and get one lap in. And after that, we're going to relax. Maybe try something else for fun. I might try one of the other modes actually, because I haven't even looked at the Tsukuba one. Should be fun, but I just know I'm going to get annihilated. Qualifying is quite an odd one, isn't it? Because you have qualifying, but then it just places you anywhere, no matter how good your time is. So that's the thing I find strange about qualifying. You know, it almost doesn't matter to an extent. I thought I was going to be put into an E-class or D-class lobby, and Got that wrong. I haven't quite got that final corner right. I'm just trying a new technique then. It didn't work for me. Never mind. Lost all my time there. So hi Cavish. Cavish is in Twitch and he's asking where I got this controller. This is a Fanatec wheel. So a very nice piece of kit. So the match will start in just a moment. I test many of the new steering wheels. So here we're testing, this is the new official F1 wheel. It's only got brake accelerator, which is fine for Formula cars, and it's great because the way the controls are laid out. And if you want to compete in Formula 1 esports, and I will be running more F1 on the channel in the coming weeks and months, I intend to run a career and also do some online races just to get used to it again. Really, I've done a lot of offline racing for some time, but it'd be good to get back into some competitive racing. And this, having a wheel like this, sort of really helps. I am interested to see the wear and tear of the material. I do find it's wearing quite a bit already, even just with a few races. It'll be interesting to see how long it lasts. But solid piece of kit, really nice. You know, nice displays, double display there. And of course, you can take it off easily as well and whack on other rims and stuff like that. So, which I will do at a later date. But I've still got a few things to test on this on Formula 1, and then the review of the wheel will be up soon. But suffice to say, it's what it is. It's nothing new for Fanatec. It's much like what they've already got out there. And for some reason my wheel just came on for some reason there. I don't know if that means anything to do with the game. Oh, so here we are then. Oh, 4th place this time. Oh, that's nice. Higher in the order. So 4th place. I don't know if we can zoom up or down on that leaderboard. We can't. What button is it on here? I don't know. Anyway, again, I'm in a room with an S rank ahead of me. Oh dear. 2 A's ahead of me, and B's and D's behind me. So nobody is going to want to get now. Diecast Car Enthusiast says if you shift at the end of the white gear number on the display, the car is faster. Well, thanks. Any tips are helpful. Any tips are helpful. I think the funny thing is that when you're new on any racing game, it all handles completely differently. So when I move from this to Formula 1 to iRacing to, you know, Crash Team Racing, warm-up's completed, then it's always completely different. But for now, I'm going to stick with what I've been doing and just try and concentrate. Bloody cramp in my foot just before the race begins. Oh, there you go. That's something you don't have so much when you're younger. Ah. My foot's got cramp in it. Oh well, never mind. I have to brake with my heel. Try and get some blood back into my leg. Off we go then. Race number 2, or race number 4 in total. And then we'll try some different tracks, I guess. These two looking a bit racy. It's putting me off a bit. I'll probably got a penalty from that. Give him a bit of space. Give him a bit of space again. No point getting into a battle on the first lap and just getting taken out. He's moving around a lot, isn't he? Those two getting close together. Quite conscious that there could be some connections between those two. Someone's going to have to brake here. Let's give him a bit of space. Damn, if I'd been a bit closer then I could have had a run on him. Both broke a bit late then, made a big mistake. Oh, I've got to calm down a bit now. This guy's coming right up behind me. Shit. He's done me. Ah, he's done me. That mistake in turn one cost me there. That's a bit frustrating. That was good clean racing there. Well done to that guy. He could have just turned right in on me. Sorry guys, I will check out the chat after the race. Just keep an eye on this. What are we down to? 53%. If we can just lean it a little bit. We're on lap 4. See if we can do one more lap. As we're all pitting at the same time. I've got nobody in my way, so okay, everybody pitted then. So see if we can close up after the pits again. Do the best we can. That worked for us. He's got a penalty. That guy's much quicker than me behind, isn't he? I'm going to let him go. And he got it really well in his braking, didn't he? was a bit slow around that corner. But if he can close on that guy in front, then we can really reel him in. Now, you may have wondered, why didn't I get on the power? It's simply when you're turning the wheel, the car can quickly get away from you, so it's better to just have a bit of strategy. So really pushing on this guy now. We might have to just take a step back in the fuel department for a second, just to let him get away, because I'm not really certain what the fuel situation is at the moment. We're going to let him get away for a minute, because he's, to an extent, he's not pulling away in quite the way I expected when he overtook me. I thought he was going to bomb down the road. It's 28% of fuel. %, we should be fine on that final lap. So we've got a car there that's got a problem, run out of fuel. What do we got? 22%. Okay, let's just see what we can do. If we can just get a bit close to that car in front. He's a bit too quick for me. Just haven't quite got the speed he has. Tell you what, they might be running out of fuel a little bit, these two. They're not pulling away in quite the way I thought they would. Obviously fuel for me is not a problem at the moment. Closing on them gradually. Oh, you can see there could be a battle. Could be a bundle. Defense going on. If only I could be a bit closer. He got it wrong on the power, so he's looking at me now. He's thinking, oh no, I don't want him passing me. And there we go. Where did we end up? Oh, technically, it's put me in third place. Oh, that's brilliant news. That's 2 podium finishes. And I have to say, apologies for those of you who comment during the actual race. It's quite a focus when you're actually... I was looking at the comments the other day when I was racing, and they were putting me off when people were saying do this or do that, because what's quite funny is that you guys see it 30 seconds after I do it. So if you say break now, that's half a lap away. But yeah, thanks for that, guys. That was good fun, actually. I enjoyed that. You know, we're in a room there with an S rank and A ranks, so you know, pleased to be sort of thereabouts to an extent. The guy in the lead obviously was on another level. That was great. And we just got a new follower as well. Do you know, it's the only thing I haven't set up here is Twitch. Do you know, I wonder if I can do it. Set Twitch up while we're looking at a replay in a moment. Let me see if we can do that. All right then. Let's. So 2 good results. That's 4 races done. Oh. One of my racing ones. There we go. Okay. That was some good racing there. I know it's quite funny actually, but this for example is my Mario Kart mug, and this is basically I don't know if you can see here, but it's an actual Mario Kart mug, actually from Mario Kart Double Dash, and I got a whole bunch of them years ago. So I've even got Mario Kart mugs. Right, it's and we've got new subscribers happening. We've got stuff happening. Brilliant, brilliant. So and I forgot to save the darn replay. Damn. So those were good fun, weren't they? Let's just have a look at something else. And the thing you want is in the bath watching this. Brilliant, brilliant. Where else would you be? Where else should you be? Just grab your mobile phone, watch a bit of it, share it, let people know about what we do. I'm all about racing games and testing different racing games. And what else are we going to do on a rainy Saturday? Okay, so I'm not very good at this. Should we do one I'm not very good at? Let's try it. Number of cars, 12 cars. 540 is the next race. We'll have a look at qualifying. I struggled. I had a quick go on this the other day and I really struggled. So, you know, and we've got Scoods as well following on Twitch. Hi guys. Hi to everybody on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch watching today. I'm still getting set up with the streaming, but soon I'm going to have the chat on the screen so you guys can see the sort of multi-chat as well that we've got on here on the restream. So Tsukuba, this is a circuit that's been around in many games. I've done 1 million laps on this track, but I come back here, it's my first time the other day driving it on GT Sport, and it's funny how a lap you've even done many times, a track could be modelled so differently, and okay, so we're going to want to handle this differently. This is we've got Skippy in the room here as well. We've got Cole 403, so GR3 is more fun. Would you like to go back to that? Would you like to see another race in Tokyo? What would you guys like to see? Let me know what you'd like to see. And this is not a track I'm good at. I don't know how good everybody else is going to be. I think that's the thing that makes me wonder. At least I know on the other track that all for Tokyo. You guys want to see one more Tokyo race? We've had a vote for Tokyo from Twitch, so let me know. Let me know if you want to see one more Tokyo race. Yep, we've got 2 votes for it. Okay, we'll go back to that then, and we'll have one more. It was good fun, wasn't it? and we'll have one more. So how long have we got to the next race? 5:30. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and then you guys are going to put me through it again. Goodness me, it'll be like an endurance session of racing by the time this is all done. But at least, if I do well in this next race, then I move up to a D class, I think, isn't it? So we've had lots of votes for this. So we're going back to this. And we got JD Max as well on Twitch, who's a fellow driver. Good man, good man. It seems that Twitch is very much sort of non-racing actually, so it'd be good to get some more racing fans on Twitch, and especially when we get the new racing games as well. So I'll be playing a fair bit of this, Formula 1 and also Dirt Rally 2 as well once we get that. So it's all Tokyo votes, so don't worry guys, we're back here now, and we're going to see how we get on. Limber up again, and we got NJF from California. Hello sir. And JD Max and everyone there, so everyone's wanting, we see what we got. Roe wanting a bit of Tokyo as well, so we do like these circuits. I'm going to do another Tokyo race again after this on a different setting, just because I enjoy it. And JD Max just grabbed this game, and F1 2010 and Assetto Corsa. Is that Assetto Corsa Competizione or Competizione? I never say it right. I wish they would be a bit clearer. Is it really? So apparently the circuit is really good on PSVR. Yeah, I need to set my PSVR up again, do a video on it one day, just to come back to this. Going in these tunnels must feel really great. We've got a new follower as well, brilliant. Tep PR is following us now on Twitch. Good man. Bit of practice before the next race begins in 2 minutes, guys. So you've got time to get yourself a cup of tea, you know, coffee, water, pop to the loo, get it all sorted. Oh, I don't need to do that, do I? I'm not quick out that final corner at all. I've got to improve that final corner. That's really costing me quite a lot in the race. Now, Cole's just saying you can check your driver ratings on Kudos Prime. Excellent. Good to see where I'm. Obviously I'm still in E-class, but be interesting to see how long it takes me to get to D. I'm just taking it easy here, guys. I'm not pushing really hard. I have to limber up really. After that I'm going to have a little break, and then we'll be ready in a moment for a bit of racing action. Now the Lucifer never got a chance to get a wheel. Wheel is essential for the modern racing experience. I mean, games have moved on a long way. I mean, 10 years ago didn't need a wheel because they're all made for a controller, but now with equipment like this and the Thrustmaster wheels, you know, they're all great wheels, and they just change the experience of a driving game. You can get someone who's never played a video game in their life, and they can sit down and they can drive straight away because if they understand how to drive a car, which is amazing. JD Max says slow and steady wins the race. Well, I think that's all I'm doing really. I'm not taking unnecessary risks now. I could have won 2 races the other day, or one of them in particular, and I made a mistake. And well, it wasn't just that. I overfueled my car in the pits, not knowing that I had to fuel it at all. But now I know how to deal with that. I'm still overfilling my car, you'll notice a little bit, but I'm finding that so many people are on the limit with fuel that we got Raxel as well, and TechPR says least I could do. I've been following your videos on YouTube for 2 or 3 years now. Great channel. Well, thanks for that. I really appreciate it. It's nice when people say nice things. When you run a YouTube channel, you'd be amazed at how much negativity you get all the time from people. And all I do is the best I can with all these different games. I think sometimes the bit that people don't realise is every game handles so differently. So as soon as I jump on a game, everyone says, Alan, why aren't you really good at it? And it handles completely differently. Going from this to, say, Forza Motorsport, it's a completely different game. Or going from that to Redout or something, there's something completely different. Let's wait for the match to start, and then we'll see her go on. This is quite a pricey wheel. It's not as expensive as the direct drive wheels. This one's 600 euros. The direct drive ones are 1400, very expensive. But the direct drive wheels are not for just general public. They're for racing drivers, for people who take sim racing very seriously indeed. Whereas a wheel like this is for someone like even myself. I take, obviously sim racing is what I do. But I'm actually quite happy with a wheel like this, and I don't think you need to spend that kind of money to get performance. I think once you've got a wheel such as a T300, Frostmaster about £300, £250, if you're good with that, you can win races on here. You can be the best in the world. Having the best wheel doesn't always make you top driver, but if you are a good driver, then it's more comfortable and it just helps because you're spending more time on it basically. It's all to do with kind of what you get out of it. Oh, second place on the grid behind an A+. Oh, this is a tricky one now. Look at this. I'm above all D's. This is my first time in a room with D's. Amazing. I feel quite nervous about this. I got cramped before the last race. I'm just going to move my legs about a bit. Let's wait for this race to begin then, guys, and then I've got to relax a bit. I can see that it's going to be an interesting lobby, this one, because when you're in a lobby with skilled drivers, if I come in third place, I've done well. When you're in a lobby with D drivers, you know that there could be some action, like you could get taken out or something. So, and Skippy watches a bit of Jimmy Broadbent as well, which is great. Jimmy always has some action on his channel in terms of action driving, and so warm up ends in just a moment. In 4 seconds, and we'll just lift off the gas now. And Jimmy is class like VVV. He is Jimmy, and Super GT. Great drivers. And always doing well, so good luck everybody. Right, so let's get sorted and then we'll see how we get on. Here we go then, guys. Right, focus on the race now. We'll see you chat in a moment. So he's trying to break the toe already. This guy knows what he's doing. He's in it to win it, this guy. For sure. But he's an A start. He was quick through there. So let's see if we can pull out a gap on these guys behind us first. And then it's all going to come down to the pit stop. This guy. Because he's definitely quicker than me. I can tell by the way he goes through some of these corners, he knows what he's doing. So I'll just hang behind him. Went a bit wide there, didn't I? I saw he made a mistake on the second to last corner and thought maybe if I push harder I can gain on him, but he succeeded in breaking the toe, so providing he doesn't make a mistake, he's gone. So difficult through there. Now, I expect he's using full fuel at the moment as well. So this will be pretty close between us. He won't know if I'm using fuel saving, of course. I'm not, but he doesn't know that. And we've got another subscriber, great. I will have a look in a moment, let me know on the chat. Now this guy's quick. This guy is quick. So it's between me and him. And that was a 56.1, so I'm not hanging around, but he's doing 155 lap times, which is just out of my range at the moment. In terms of consistent racing. I'm pushing as hard as I can to try and catch him, but he is putting in good lap times, this guy. I could tell he was quick after the first two corners. Just his car was like glue. He's pulling out just a bit more. If I was a bit closer, I could get into his draft and I'd close up under braking, but he's just a bit too quick. It's like watching a Formula 1 race at the moment, guys. Sorry, let's hope for a bit more action for you. It's like this when you start at the front though. The other cars are quite a way behind, so that's important for me. I will catch up with your chat in just a moment, guys, when I finish this race. I know a lot of games you can look at the chat and play the game, but when you're playing online like this, it's a serious business. We do want to just try and improve the ranking as quickly as possible. He must have gone in the pits then. So he went on time. I'm going to do one more lap. Okay, so let's see if we can close up on this, and then I'll be able to look at your chat. Sorry, it's not an action race, guys. It's like this sometimes in racing. Damn it. Doesn't matter. It's in lap. So that's it, second place. Never mind, there he goes. So no mistakes from this guy in the lead. He's an A+. So I'm actually quite happy just to be as close as I am with a couple of mistakes. For him, it was all about breaking that toe in the first place, and for me, it's just been about consistency. Now some of you might be wondering about my shifting techniques on various games. A couple of reasons really why we're shifting a bit earlier. Obviously been discussed in the chat, but it saves a little bit of fuel, but also depends on how much torque the car seems to output sometimes, and it seems at the upper range like some gears seem to slow down quite a bit. You know, you give it a shift and you're in better shape. So 43% of fuel should be enough to see us through to the end. We can always go a bit lean if we need to. Not really any competition, so apologies for this being the most boring race in the world for you guys. But sometimes you just got to bank it, haven't you? Goodness me, this guy in front is really quick, isn't he? Really quick. I'm almost 5 seconds behind him. He may have made a mistake then, because he seems to be a bit closer this time. Or maybe he was running out a little bit of fuel. Leaning his fuel out a bit. I definitely seem to be closer. Okay, so now we're definitely closer than we were. He was out of sight, and that was my best lap there. Not hanging around at the moment. So he's very quick. Went a bit wide. Oh well. You know, I will say this was my 5th race online, and I'm pleased actually to be this close to an A+ driver. Good race, good race. That was consistent lap times. Right, thanks for watching that, viewers. That was I know that wasn't the most exciting race in the world, but either way, second place. That's a good second. That's 3 podiums in a row, and I'm pleased about that. That is good action. TJW82 is now following on Twitch. Ask me Twitch. Say hello in the chat. Bit of tea just to finish the session. You know, I dehydrate, I lose a lot of fluids when I'm in the car. So, oh, we're still waiting for the finishers. They're still running. Wow, there was a big lead, wasn't there? It's quite a wait for the final classification. Fuel consumption level 2 completed. Second place. That was a good second place there. I'm pleased about that. I think the funny thing about GT Sport is when you're racing top players, you've really got to think about your own performance. Don't think about where you come in the field. Think about, how did I get on? I'm up to D. I've increased to D. Get in there. Now we won't save that replay, shall we? No, because it was a bit dull, wasn't it? The other race replay was excellent. Oh, that's a good job, well done. So does anybody know watching this how many races you have to do to go from a D to a C? Can anyone answer that question for me? To go from a D to a C. I'm a bit. That was quite intense. That was good. I'm just going to do something else for fun. Daily workout. Oh, I get a car. And the grand prize is. Oh, I quite like that. That one. Oh. I wanted that kind of Le Mans car thingy. What do we got? Mazda RX-7. Well, at least it's got pop-up headlights. Pop-up headlights are always good. You can paint it like an initial D car and do something with it, but there's no initial D tracks in the game, sadly. That's what we need, Midnight Mountains. I suppose you could race them on Tokyo, pretend it's Tokyo Highway Battle. So, great to have all the new followers today on Twitch. For those of you watching on Twitch, I haven't decked out the channel yet, that's all going to happen. Yeah, great to see more of you getting involved and supporting what we do. I mean, join us on YouTube and support us on our Streamlabs and everything. It'd be brilliant. Right, let's let's have a look at something. I quite enjoyed doing a bit of I really enjoyed doing Expressway as a race. We did East Outer Loop. We were doing South Outer Loop, South Inner Loop. Well, let's do it again, just because I had a lot of fun on this. So, apologies if this bores anybody. And we'll try just to do a bit of this. Actually, do you know what? Let's back out of this. Let's do. I've got a few arcade races to get done, so let's take a look at. Is it arcade? No, it's campaign. Campaign. GT League. And we were doing a bit of this the other day. So Fuji Speedway. Let's do a bit of that. So we've had 3 races online. Just have a little break from online for a minute. It's quite intense. I suppose because online it's a little bit more, you know, critical in terms of getting those results. Have you all done your Christmas shopping, guys? Let me know. Let me know. Hustle and bustle it's been outside today. Goodness. Hustle and bustle. So let's jump on here for a second, and I've got a decent number of people watching today. 72 people watching on YouTube. That's amazing. So we've got over 100 viewers today for the first time across the different setups. That's great. So let me know, guys, what you're thinking of. And I've just done something. So I've just done something to mess up my display. And there we go. I just literally just closed my OBS display. Right, let's see. So let's crack on with this. Now the cockpit cam on this is a bit limited, so it's difficult to see where you're actually going to an extent. Don't know where the breaking point was there, but we'll figure it out. Cramping my leg again. We're going to stop for a moment and restart. I think my foot's just getting too cold. That's what it is. My foot's getting cold. Let's get some life back into it. See, it's just something, when you get a bit older, suddenly you get cramp in your leg. Right, let's try again. I thought it was something football players only got when I was younger. Right. Oh, my messages haven't been coming up. So, oh, let's start again. I've just literally, my messages weren't working properly. So, what times were you running on the Group 3 daily? Marcus asked on Twitch. I was running roughly, I think you could say, a standard 156 or low 156, and then obviously my best lap was a 155. Don't know where the breaking point is here, so braking way too early then. Let's see if we can learn the course. Obviously not learn it as in know the course, we already know it, but gearing and the tactics used for getting around here well. That's the difference between AI and real life players, is AI can be a little bit more unpredictable in their braking and accelerating. Goodness me, what's he doing? I can see I'm just going to have to be really aggressive around turn 1 after this guy. Okay. I've learned nothing on this lap. Nothing at all. Other than get past this guy. Right. Cast Tizzy says, why are you playing more GT Sport? Because I enjoy it. Because I enjoy it. Normally I play all the new games all the time, and I play hours and hours of games that I don't enjoy just because they're new. And I thought to myself, what do I want to play? What do I want to play? If I'm going to stream, I'm going to stream the games I want to stream. I want to actually get good at a game and learn it. And so I'm going to be playing this. I'll still play the other games. You'll still have the videos up and stuff like that. But I just want to have a bit more variety in terms of enjoying what I'm playing. For a long time I've just not been able to Lucifer says Dragon Trail is a good track, and still don't have a braking point for that corner yet, but braking way too early, and that nearly got me taken out. It's alright, it's my fault. Don't do that at home, kids. Love the way they just brake to sort of 0 mile an hour. Not much you can do, is there? Get out the way. Strange AI. It's, especially when you've got like first place down the road. I mean, we'll have absolutely no chance of catching him if we wait forever. So yeah, that's why I'm playing GT Sport now. Is I just wanted to play a game I enjoyed. I want to play Formula 1. I want to play GT Sports. I want to play, you know, I want to play Dirt Rally and just play different games. You know, one game I enjoyed a lot last year was an arcade game called Redout. Loved it. Probably my most played game. Ah, that didn't work for me, did it? You can tell I don't know how to drive this car in this course, simply because I'm sort of searching for gears and braking points. I've never been a fan of this course, that's the funny thing. Oh, goodness me, they just... every AI car just goes off there every time. So that's comfortable now. And Raxel says Mario Kart. Well, I love any racing game like that, really. Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo is amazing. You know, I played hundreds and hundreds of hours of Mario Kart Battle Mode at the time. I'm braking too late now. It's just about finding the right braking point there. I don't have one. Same with here. It's interesting. So I did I turned in late to the corner then, and then got on the power too early, and then you feel the rear snapping out very quickly. It's nice actually just go through that section without AI cars just sitting in front of me the whole time. We'll try and do a lap in the car, because I know some of you will be bored with the yeah, I mean the rubber band AI will come back and probably beat me, but oh goodness me, I can't drive it in car at all. Nah. Can't drive it in car at all, can I? I just can't see what I'm doing in that view. That's my problem. It just feels so alien to me having two steering wheels. What about if we try outside the car? Let's see how we get on with that. See, for me, I just don't feel the car in this way, in the same way. It's better than in-car though. In-car feels awful to me. They should have added a select options for yeah, we're on Super GT mode now, just trying to see if I can get my head around it. If it works for Steve, it can work for me. Actually, no. I tell you what though, Gamer Muscle considers this blasphemy, but I am actually quicker on Assetto Corsa Competizione outside the car than inside. So. It takes a bit getting used to because it changes all of your braking points when you change view. So we'll try out this view, see if we get on. One of the problems I have actually from this view is I can't see my gears. They're actually behind my webcam, so it's one of my problems. I have to sort of lean over a little bit occasionally just to see it. Did any of you watch the Formula E today? That's a question for everybody watching. Did anybody watch Formula E? What did you all think of it? Quite interested to know. Oh, got the power a bit early there. Shows how you need to really control the power in these cars. So, roof cam is nice, isn't it? Is it easier to use this camera? So, Phil Denty says, if I had the free timers key 25 money, then I would. You know, free time is a big part of being good at racing games. That's the truth. If you had the time and you had the equipment and the space, then we'd all get better and better at it, basically. That's why you can't be too hard on yourself when you say, oh, you know, like for me, I am quite hard on myself sometimes, and I just think, oh, you know, but just don't have the time to practice. It sounds ridiculous, but I just don't have the time to be on here all the time. Especially when you're doing what I do with the website and the many different games we cover. Oh, that was a surprise. Partially that spin there was also down to, believe it or not, it's down to speed perception. And I find that for me, this is, when I'm in car, I've got a nice perception of my speed. So I know where I am. So, Phil Denty says that BMW looked cool. And also Wishbone says 1,673 hours in Dirt Rally. Wow, you must be a master. It's great to have passion for games like that. I mean, that's kind of, I know that I'm never going to be as good at like Dirt Rally because I'm a track racer. I like rally games. I used to be pretty darn good at the original Colin McRae years ago, but I was a bit younger. And your perception changes a bit on things as you get older. Final lap now, so let's just take this easy. There's another race in the bag. Another one done. So Phil's just telling me if you're in hybrid, BB, the brake bias to the rear to generate battery power. Brilliant, that's interesting. Thanks for that. That's going to be interesting, I think, when it comes to online races, isn't it? And we've got AA5566AB, says hello VVV, hello. Skippy feels the need for speed. Well, we do have some retro games here, but no retro gaming today. But I am doing some retro gaming this week. Just going to decide if it's going to be Dreamcast or PlayStation, what game it's going to be. Braxel's asking for a night race. We could have a little look. Depends what's here, actually. Poljic is now following on Twitch. Great to see all these new followers. Fantastic. As I say, when for Twitch and for YouTube viewers, when I get more organised in the new year, I'll have a schedule, and then you'll know when I'm doing all my online races. Okay, so let's have a look at the. I do just want to have a little look at an online race that's different. Let's see, when is the next race? Test Drive Off-Road Series on PS1. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm probably going to do. Okay, let's have a look. When is the next race? 6:20. Okay, I can sign up for that, I guess. I haven't really done much practice on this. Mark wants more Sega Rally on the Dreamcast, which we will. We'll have another Sega Rally day for sure. And AA is asking about the Formula E race. That's what I was asking you guys. Did you guys talk about the Formula E race? I don't think I'm going to do very well on this one. So, but I am a D, so. We'll see how we get on. Formula E today was, well, actually it was a bit lacking in atmosphere. I felt it was a bit quiet. The cars are driving through a tunnel. It's like there's no people. It's just hoardings, silent cars, no cheering from the crowd, no flags waving for their teams. The cars all look quite similar and bland. Paint jobs, they're not very defined. So it's just kind of lacked a bit of atmosphere for me today. That was Formula E. The racing was fine. It just needs the full package. Obviously having no sound means it does miss a lot with not having a sound. There is something about sound that gives it a certain power. Right, sort myself out here. I'll be straight back, viewers. Don't go anywhere. I'll be straight back.
Woo, that was a great counter. You must be one genius of a driver. You've got to teach me.
Okay. Let's take a look then. So we've done a few races on okay, so Skippy's gone. Bye Skippy, and Wishbone WRC is more exciting than F1. Probably is for, you know, it's just really down to coverage in the UK. It's not that great in terms of time sometimes. Africa coming back to roster in 2020. Let's see, and of course we've got Sebastian Loeb coming back as well in Hyundai. Let's see what we've got here. So we've done
That was a great
oh,
counter.
we've got a new subscriber from GT Passion.
You've got to teach
Great to see GT Passion. So I'm not very good at this track and car, but shouldn't drink and drive, I'm just saying, but you know. Oh darn, I've just seen I've got to, is it worth me competing in this?
that was a great
I haven't
counter. You must be one genius of a driver.
I haven't done any practice on it really. How have I got? Oh, race entry's just gone. I feel like I should just practice on this track just to see. So next race at 6:30. I haven't done anything on that, so I know I can't be good enough. So I'll either do this one or this one again. I am liking the whole fuel thing on here. So we can always jump on here. 8 minutes to the entry drop, so I'm just going to give myself a break from it. It's been like solid driving. I hope you've enjoyed the races today, guys. So those top 10 guys are really quick, aren't they? Wow, unbelievable. So we'll play a bit of that in just a moment. Phil Denty, yeah, this wheel is very nice indeed. I don't mind saying it's a very nice wheel. It feels great, feels good in the hands. One of the changes I've made, you can't see here, but I've taken off the gear paddles and I've flipped them the other way so they're higher, because I like to change gear with my top 2 fingers, and so I've just changed it that way, and it just feels great. so that works perfectly. And other than that, it's a really nice laid out wheel. The difference with a Formula wheel is it's designed to be in line with your shoulders, really. So you've got to sort of tilt it in an angle where it works for you. If you have it, some angles don't work so well, it's a bit awkward. And the next thing people probably ask me is, do you look at the shift lights when you're playing? No, I don't, because my eyes are there, not there. If the TV was further away, or if I was lower in the cockpit and the steering wheel was higher, like a Formula 1 car, then I probably would. But I catch it out the corner of my eye, what the lights are actually doing. Phil Denty, at the moment I'm trying to, before I start accepting friend requests, I've got to set up a strategy for it, because I know what's going to happen is I'm going to get like 500 friend requests, and then I'm just going to end up with a friends list of people I don't know who never play with me. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I might create a VVV tag that is my community tag, but I'm going to come back to you guys on that and then set up community races, because I would like to figure out what we're going to do with community races. I don't know whether that's going to be how we're going to arrange it yet, but watch this space. There will be an option for community races soon, and then you guys can beat me all day long. But I like to think at the very least I'm a clean racer, so I don't do any, silliness. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this works. Wishbone, so make another PSN account. That is potentially my plan. And Gizem has just subscribed as well. Thanks a lot for that. And I've got to sort out my other car related things to come up. So we'll sign up for this one, and this will be my last race today, guys. But it's something to watch during a wet Saturday afternoon. Really, you should all be doing your Christmas shopping, writing your cards, and wrapping your presents, getting all nice and organised, which is something I'll need to do after this. But match begins soon, and let's go into this and see how we get on. Phil saying get a Discord channel as a suggestion. We do have a Discord channel, but we haven't made it public yet. Mainly I've got to organise the time, because I've got Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, website, forum. It's just so much. It's so difficult keeping up with it all at the moment. But the Discord thing, we have one, so we are going to make that public soon, and get that organised. So it is coming. I'm also not great at all the technology side of things, Wishbone says, have I been to Wales Rally GB in person? I have. I've been to the Welsh Rally a couple of times. I've also driven a rally car in Wales as well. They had a stage set up, and I went out with a trainer and raced the stage, and I can tell you right now that it was amazing. I mean, it was intense, but it was also Raxa says blokes don't do Christmas stuff. Oh, humbug. You gotta love a bit of Christmas. At least partake in the mince pies. I still haven't got that corner right, have I? Doesn't matter. Absolutely, Phil. Absolutely. If it's been one of those days, then what you need is a nice cup of tea. Put the heating on. Watch a bit of Alan on racing, and have a nice cup of tea. So we're going to start racing imminently, and don't want to do that in the race. Fish and chips and call it a day. Sounds like a winner. That sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. So our objective really, if we have time on GT, is to improve our rank and get it up to sort of a, you know, B, something like that maybe. Don't do that in the race. I was trying something new there where I thought, can I make it without lifting? And the answer is no. So the race will start shortly. You can see there Aura Kebab, Jeff and Luca, older than most of the guys. Well, thank you for that. You know, I am the granddad of racing games, clearly, on YouTube. Let's see now. Phil says, do I use a load cell on my pedal set? I do normally, but I'm not today at the moment because I'm testing. This is the new Fanatec Formula One set, so I'm testing this, whatever comes with the set. And it's right that I test just the standard brake. However, it's not as, obviously there's more depth you get from a load cell, but it's not too bad. The firm sponge is working well. I think if you're competing on a high level though, you do need a good brake pedal for sure. You know, you've got to be quite precise. But I think I'm going to talk to Fanatec about what they use in the F1 Esports, because I'd really like to see the difference that these guys have in terms of equipment, see what difference it means in terms of braking precision. But so far I think you'll do just fine with this in terms of down to minute times, at least over a single lap. So matching will start soon, and then we'll be on for our final race. So we're just going to park for a moment, and matching will begin in a moment. So no, we'll see how we get on in this race. Another challenging race now. This will be my last of the day, but it's been good fun today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers and followers and stuff like that. And then we'll be ready to have this race. So we've got 5 seconds until we get into the race, and then we'll be ready to go on the final race. So yeah, Formula E, do let me know your thoughts, everybody, on Formula E today. I'd be quite interested to hear your thoughts. How do you think it went? What would you like to see in Formula E? And in a moment we're going to get on to this race. Come on, race. There's people, look. I didn't even see people before. Concentrating on the racing. Right, get comfortable. Here we go then. I'm qualified in second. So again, this is another race, unfortunately, that may not be that exciting if we get through the first lap in this order. But look at the guy who qualified first. I mean, 154.2. I mean, I have no chance of beating that. this is going to be a dull race, viewers. You may as well just tune out now, you know. Let's see how we get on. So this really is just another lap time test. Second place is the aim. I think looking at those stats, we're comfortably in second. But some of these drivers may not have tried to put in lap times, so you've got to keep an eye out for them. Phil would like to hear V10 engines in Formula E. That would be an interesting electric engine, wouldn't it? A bit of combustion in the electricity. Seeing them explode down the straight. Well, I suppose they could create a fake sound with wind energy or something. Give it a sense of power. Because all you hear is the servo and the wheels and the wind. Okay, so I'm D-class, top of the D-class room there. One person has left the room. Okay. So, oh, the top player has left the room. Wow. Okay. That changes things, doesn't it? And YouTube, there's a problem with PS4 YouTube. It's to Gilling. Nice to see you back, Mr. Gillingham. Okay, so this is really quite pressurised now. I'm in a room full of Ds, which means that I have a potential to do quite well here. So, get my everyone's saying let's have a clean race. Let's hope so. I'm in a room full of Ds, guys. Wish me luck. Obviously I'm a D as well, but some people have nicely painted cars, which means they could have played the game a lot, but ranking up again. Okay. Bit concerned about it going second. That's quite a lunge. You can see that coming. Okay. And just try and increase the lead now. I'm not driving on the limit now. I'm going to see if I can just keep my lead though. I'm not going to alter my fuel. I'm just going to have a longer stop. So I've got a reasonable gap back to second place. Car went a bit wide then. Didn't turn in enough. So a bit slower that lap, not my best lap, but I'm sort of driving a little bit within myself at the moment. The way I look at it is there's no point in taking unnecessary risks if we can win this. Let's try and bank it. Tippy toeing around there because there's no point risking penalties. See if we can just maintain a decent advantage. So if this is a 157, then at least if it's consistent, then we can just keep that to the end. Reasonable gap now, so we'll pit this lap. Back end stepping out a bit there. Now I've got just about a pit stop ahead of second place. He's probably already pitted, so this is going to be a bit closer than I perhaps first expected. So if I can just about keep it together. Good, we've come out in the lead. So it looks like he may have pitted as well, so I don't know quite what's going on there, but I've got a gap behind me, so got that completely wrong, but it's okay. So we're good with fuel now, just to the end. Let's go flat to the end now, really. No fastest laps. I've just seen a comment about fastest lap. No fastest laps in this particular race. I just want to bank and win. No penalties. And then at least I don't need to take any risks. Happy to do 157s if that's what the race requires. Couple of laps to go. This feels like it's been a long race for me because it's, even though there's not a lot been happening, it's sort of for me to bin it. I just want to keep it nice and smooth. I will chat in a minute, guys. Just got to get through this race and then we'll be all right. Coming up to lap somebody, but it's okay because we go over the line and boom, we have a win. First win on GT. Brilliant, brilliant. Wasn't the most exciting race for you guys, I know, but for me it was all just about the winning, not the taking part. You know what, it's funny, I just wanted to just get one win in the bag and I could say, right, at least I've won one race. That's seconds. What have we got? Third, second, first in my races today. So good result. Good result. Just being consistent, really. That's the result there. We're really pleased. So there we go. We're all there. And Starfox says, "Congrats on the win, Al." Absolutely. Get the old Team VV Esports band, get back together. Bloody hell. The funny thing is that they're all sort of middle-aged now, aren't they? The same thing. It's but a lot of the top racers from VVV are still out there. They're just under different names. I wouldn't know myself. I mean, I know Davey Skills is still out there racing in Forza Motorsport, and there's a bunch of others as well. Yay! Victory! First victory. Excellent, excellent. There you go. I've got cramp in my foot, but it's all right. I'm pleased about that. That's a really good result, and I've nearly got enough money to buy the Formula 1 car, so that's what I'm saving up for. Ah, that was good. That's good. I'll save my replay. was that? Oh, seemed like there was a bit of a crash. Somebody apologising there. Well, that was something, wasn't it? Now we've got, obviously I can't enter these until you're, I suppose, until you're good at it and you rank up, but ranked up to D today. And sportsmanship rating is S. Don't know if that's good or bad. I assume it's good. Don't know. Dave Rice says, shout out please, it's my birthday. Happy birthday, Dave Rice. Have a good one. It's miserable and cold outside, so stay in the cosy and enjoy a drink. That was something, wasn't it? Yeah. Davey Skills started his esport life on Team VVV, as did many drivers that are out there. A lot of the top racers were in Team VVV 10 years, 12 years ago, before esports really became massive, but they were all ex-VVV members. What it's worth you doing is, I don't know if you've ever seen the Internet Time Machine, but if you take a look at teamvvv.com in 2007, go to the forum and you'll see we used to have a forum with hundreds of racing gamers on it, and you'll see all the VVV members, and we had quite a sizable team. We were the best racing team out there, basically. I mean, I was the worst player on the team, so that gives you an idea on how good everybody was. The rule was that if you couldn't beat me, you couldn't join. So, you know, I was much better then than I am now, so it gives you an idea. Let's I'm just relax for a minute, and what do we got? Replay. We've got a few replays. We've got the replay where it all went wrong for me the other day, and we've got the ones where I've just won. And you can see how much my times have improved in every race as well, which is great to see. 16:04, 15:55 from 16:19. This is a race where it went wrong for me. Let's take a look at this one. The other day, this was my second race online. Okay, yes, Paulie's just explained on Twitch that you can check your driver rating, and it's that safety rating point on kudosprime.com. So that's a good check. You can enter to be matched drivers to your level. I see. Right. Okay, Phil. Well, thanks for that. I mean, at the moment, it's enough for me today. I mean, the competitive races require a bit more concentration. Obviously, when you're doing that, when you're racing online, you can just muck about or pause it, but the online race is a bit more intense, mainly because you don't want to destroy your sort of safety rating as well. For me, it's an important part of racing is etiquette, and you'll always see me, like in that race then on the first lap, let's turn that down a bit, it's a bit louder, isn't it? So on that race then, I'll turn it down for myself as well. On that race then, you'll have seen that coming up to, I don't know, like the third corner or something, I could tell that guy was going to brake super late, and I was watching him because I could see the way he made a sort of deep lunge into turn one, even though he's a long way behind. So I thought, right, he's moving. And in racing, you just want to give a bit of space to lunges, because you might lose a position, but then if you protect that line, he's just going to take you out. So I mean, a lot of the time you're reading what's around you in terms of, I suppose it's like when you're driving a real car and you're on the motorway and someone's indecisive in front of you and you're thinking, oh, come on, you know, decide, and you better hang back a bit sometimes, just when you have a bit of a loon in front of you. Driver34 asks, how is the FFB compared to Forza 7? What FFB, really? Forza Motorsport 7 and Forza Motorsport in general has very poor wheel integration, very poor. The feeling just isn't there from the wheel. The game is made to be played with a controller. This was a race from a few days ago, I'm just going to talk about quickly, and it was a race where I was doing okay. I was in a field of much higher ranked racers than me. My lap times weren't as good then as they are now. I'm still learning all the time. And at this point, I hadn't got my head into the whole racing etiquette, so I was still learning. This was my second race online. But it was still good to race in a competitive field. You know, you're racing with cars who brake the same time as you do, who, you know, you can recognise when to lift, when to go into the back of people, when to lift, basically. And here you're just following these guys round. Sometimes, if you don't interfere with the car, you just let them get on with it, and otherwise you slow yourself down, basically. You know, you're battling with them and they're braking and you're braking, they're going defensive and you're defensive, and before you know it, you're 2 seconds a lap slower than you should be. If you just leave them, it will just pull away in the first part of the race. So I'm down in 9th place at the moment, which is fine. Again, I always say to people, drive to your own ability. Don't try and overdrive. You'll hear me say a few times there, oh, he's quicker than me, I'm going to let him pass. Star Fox is asking, have I played Forza 7 since the big FFB update this month? No, I haven't. Changing wheels over on this rig is an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. And unfortunately that update came after I changed this over, so I won't get to try it for another few weeks yet. Probably not for some time. So I've asked if anyone has tried it, if they can give me some feedback. Force feedback isn't the main issue with Forza Motorsport. The big feeling is, I say force feedback is one thing, but there's just tactile feeling of the road. I can drive with 0 force feedback. I can turn it off and just drive a car without it. It'll feel loose, but I can drive it. So force feedback isn't the problem with Forza Motorsport. There was a strange sort of stiffness in the car. This car wasn't leaning on its suspension properly, and it was just feeling very awkward. So I think Forza Motorsport really need to up their game in terms of their physics, in terms of the way it's working. They've clearly got an amazing physics model, but it's not communicating to the steering wheel. On a controller, it feels much better. This is saying, is it a rim change to get to Xbox compatible? Well, that's an interesting point. I haven't tried that yet. I do have an Xbox rim, but I think you can do that on the standard CSL Elite standard base. I forget what it's called now, because I've got an Xbox wheel for it. But I'm not certain, because this is a PlayStation specific base with a PlayStation mode on it. I'm not certain of that yet, but I am going to find out, because it's all part of my testing. If I can, WinRAR. That's all I can say. Just be a winner, because changing rims over is a massive pain. I mean, not rims, sorry, wheel sets and pedals. I kind of wish, like, Thrustmaster pedals worked on directly on Fanatec wheels sometimes, because I do like my Thrustmaster pedals I use. Having said that, I'm quite comfortable with these. I have taken off, and I can't really show you guys now, but I've taken off the, see if I can show you guys. No, it's a bit of a pain moving the cameras right now, but I've taken off the rubber piece. So that's the rubber piece from the pedal. I've taken it off because when you're accelerating and the pedal's moving, it kind of rucks up your socks. So you just kind of, once you take that off, it's smoother to just slide the pedal down under the ball of your foot. So here we go. Then in the race, I was forgetting about the race. This was me racing the other day. So Forza 9 to 2019 take an extra year to develop. They need to, but they need to take criticism as well. I found that Turn 10 have never really, if I've said anything, I found that the community have been quite annoyed that I've said something against it. And for me, I just say it as I see it. You know, if I think that the wheel needs to be improved, I was with a real racing driver who was playing it with me once at an event. He said to me the same thing. I got off it and I said it just wasn't communicating. He said, no, it's the same thing for me. So I let those two guys go in front of me. I could see they were in their own battle, and again I thought, no, I'm not going to do anything naughty, but also by hanging back, I know they think I'm a fair player. So here we go. This is a good overtake here. Look at this. Coming up to these guys. Nice little braking up on the inside, past both cars into the corner. Lovely jubbly. Both A-class drivers as well, I think. So really nice. Really nice. That was a good result there, wasn't it? So again, clean, just overtaking when the opportunity presents itself. And of course you can see them making little mistakes touching the wall, and that just helps me in terms of getting an extra couple of meters and pulling away down this straight a bit, because even though they've got the slipstream, it helps me out. But this now Starfox is saying the communities ruin games. They do, and that's kind of why I stopped doing esports. That's why Team VVV ended, because there was all kinds of arguments and backbiting going on between members, and it was just a real shame. And people would say things about me that weren't very nice at times. I didn't even know why. I think because they just wanted to blame someone, or they felt if they joined another team they would do better, and so on. And it always seems like the grass is greener. In the end I just said, well, that's it, I'm not doing esports anymore, and that's why I don't play online very often. This is very unusual for me to get back into it, but I do enjoy it, and this is really good fun. So I've come out in 6th place. I think I started in 11th, and that's good when you've got a competitive race like that. I mean, look at that field behind me, they are on it. But they really don't bother me very much. For me, because I'm focused on my own driving here. I'm trying to break the toe a little bit there. That was my objective. But keep the car straight through there. I know they're probably not going to overtake me in that section. Good run through that corner is important. And now I'm aware that some of them might come up and overtake me into this corner, because they're very close. And there was the problem. I hit the ghost car. I don't know if you guys spotted that. That was the ghost car that took me out. So that was the end of my race, unfortunately. I fall down to 15th place, and then I have to work my way back up through the field again. So it doesn't always go my way. It was. Dark Vision was watching. Yeah, it was going well until that point. But just like that's racing for you. The funny thing is, whenever you have a bad result, you're always saying, "Oh, that's racing." That's it. It's on to the next race. So that was that. But it was a really good learning experience for me. Now I dodge ghost cars all the time, basically. If we look at the last race now, we take a look at that. So you can see the big improvement from 16:19 to 16:04 to, it's quite a lot faster over 8 laps. And I wasn't even pushing on this race. So, I mean, I was actually taking it easy on a few of those laps. So I can get it down another 6-7 seconds. This was nice though to get. So today I've got 2 third places, a second and a win, which is a really good result, and I'll hopefully build on that as I rank my way up. It's only going to get harder. What I'm really pleased about though is that my good results have come against that field, then obviously the low field, but the others have all been a bit much higher ranks. So I can race with A's comfortably, which is nice. The A plus guy was ahead of me, wasn't he? He was a second a lap faster than me. But to get to that point, it's not impossible. It's just the fact that you need to practice a lot more time than I have. So this is a good example. If we look at the guy in 2nd place, and how do you hit a ghost car? Yeah, we think it was someone doing some kind of cheat of some kind, taking me out of the race, but whatever. So watch the guy in 2nd place. He's got a nice paint job, so he's been playing this a while, but he's only a D. See, he went really deep into that corner, so I could immediately tell by the way he was driving here. Very leery, he's moving around a lot, and I'm thinking, right, okay, I'm not liking this guy already. I'm looking more in my rear view than I am forward, so I'm thinking stay wide. I can see he's on the inside. Let's let him brake really late. And you can see him go right past. I stayed straight, and that's it. They just create a massive pile up into turn one. And that's a good example of body language of cars, that you're looking at how someone's driving around, just how erratic they are. Faster racers are much smoother, because what they understand is damaging your tyres, you're losing speed. You want to keep the car essentially as smooth and straight as possible. Phil has to go now get some food. Take care, everyone. Thanks Phil. Thanks for watching today. Subscribe and follow and all that jazz. And like you say, it supports what we do. And I've set up the whole YouTube membership thing now and stuff like that. So all of that supports what we do as well. And that's it. That was nice to just pull away gradually and take it easy, not completely on the limit. Not needing to get on the power too early on that exit, just nice and progressive. This is how it must be for Lewis Hamilton. He doesn't need to push his car. When you're so far in the lead, you can just push yourself, but you don't really feel under pressure. Star Fox doesn't believe in ghosts either. No. Jeff would like to paint the GT Ford GT. I haven't got a paint job. I've got to sort out paint jobs for my cars, but that will be another day. Well, I think that's about it for today, viewers. I've had a really good fun stream today. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as well. A bit of progression, a bit of learning in everything I'm doing. And I'll be running more online races, and as I say, I will get organised with schedules, with improving the stream and the lighting and cameras, with online races with you guys. I'm going to set up community races. I don't know if that's going to be something to do with our YouTube members or something like that, or I want to arrange something for our supporters and stuff like that, because it's really important. And then with that support, I can get better equipment and stuff, get a PlayStation 4 Pro even, so stuff like that. So that's it for now, viewers. I hope you've enjoyed the stream today. Have a nice weekend, and there'll be more from me very soon.